Hey everybody. Do your mornings feel like hell? Do you feel like when you wake up, ugh, it's hell? Or maybe the end of your day after a long day, the grind feels like hell. Well, I'm going to address that based on a thing that we came across in this week's Daf Yomi. And it's my personal interpretation. You'll hear this from nobody else. This is my thing, my personal interpretation of this little bit that we discussed in Daf Yomi this week. And the discussion that we came across, it was a tangent. As many things in the Talmud are, they're tangents. We're not going to talk about how we got there. We're going to just talk about the tangent itself. And it talks about the color of the sun. The rabbis discuss the color of the sun. And Rav Papa says that we learn from this that the sun is in fact red. And the proof of it is you see that it's red in the morning and it's red in the evening. But what about in the middle of the day when it's not red? And this that we don't see it as red the entire day. Why? It's because of our sight, which is not clear. What does that mean? The Rashbam commentary says, because of the brightness of the day is blinding, it prevents us from discerning the sun's true color. It's only in the morning and the evening when it's not so bright, we could see its true color as red. So the Talmud concludes that the color of the sun is red. Now, obviously, thousands of years ago, the rabbis did not have access to the science that we have today. That's no slight on them, God forbid. That's just a simple reality. So what color is the sun? So if you Google it, which I did, and the first thing you come up with is the Stanford Solar Center from Stanford University. And what do they say? It's a common misconception that the sun is yellow or orange or even red. However, the sun is essentially all colors mixed together, which appear to our eyes as white. This is easy to see in pictures taken from space. So apparently it's white, and the proof is when they, get out of our atmosphere and such. Why is it red? Well, when the sun is low in the sky at sunrise or sunset, sunlight travels through more of the atmosphere to reach our eyes. The shorter wavelength blue light is scattered further as the sunlight passes over a greater distance, and we see the longer wavelength yellow or red light, and that's why we see it as red. So that's the scientific reason for it. Going back to our Talmud, however, they gave a different idea behind it being red. And so what do they say? And it's according to, why is the sun red in the morning and in the evening? So, in the morning, you know why it's red? Because it's then passing through the rose garden of Gan Eden, of paradise, of the Garden of Eden. And why is it red in the evening? Because it's passing through the opening of Gehenna, of hell, through the fires of hell. And that's why we see it as red in the evening. Now, I'm not going to discuss the Jewish view of Gehenna and fires of hell right now. That's a whole other discussion. But getting back to the color of the sun, this is their idea, that in the morning, it's going through the Garden of Eden, the roses of the paradise, in the evening, the fires of hell. And then interesting, then the Gemara says, but there's another opinion that kind of flips it and says, no. The morning is the hellfires. The evening is the Garden of Eden roses. That's what gives it that red color. So here's my interpretation of this, and perhaps what we can learn from this. You see, for some people, mornings are fantastic. They're great. They're full of energy. They're the Gan Eden. They're the Garden of Eden. They smell the roses, the sweet smell of a new day, and they're full of energy. But by the end of the day, they're worn down, the grind of life, all these things, all the emails, all the stuff, all the hell. It's like the end of the day, it's like the fires of hell. It's like, I've had enough. And for other people, it's the opposite. The morning, another day. For them, that's hell. But by the end of the day, they feel good. They've accomplished, they've done stuff. And so that smells like the roses of heaven. So what's the lesson? I would suggest get the best of both worlds. Recognize that let's take the best of both opinions here. The morning It's another day, another opportunity. Thank God I'm alive. Seize the day, seize the opportunities. Recognize and smell the beauty of life like the roses of Gan Eden, of the Garden of Eden. And at the end of the day, go over what you've accomplished, what you've done. Yes, there's always room for improvement, but this is what I did at the end of my day. That too could smell like the roses of the Garden of Eden. That's my interpretation. Let's get the redness of the sun, beginning and end of the day, as representative of Gan Eden, of paradise, of the wonderful life that we could live from beginning to end of each and every day. Have a good Shabbat.